Hi, my name is Ron Perry, and you're watching the Old Bay District. This is a project that is funded by people just like you. Patrons fuel this channel with inspiration, and I then return the favor by building scale models and miniature terrain scenes in a long-form, journal-like format. Becoming a patron is as easy as chipping in $1, and no, this is no money grab. All funds are used to support the building of more fine-scale modeling videos. In fact, because of our amazing patrons, our next project is 60% funded. Oh yeah. Our next project is a 3-foot by 5-foot carnival in a small seaside town. And it's going to connect directly to this first Old Bay District module. So it's going to be Old Bay District 2, I guess. Yeah, project name OBD2. If you are entertained or informed in any way watching these videos, I ask that you either become a patron of the arts at patreon.com/Ron Perry, or check out our sponsor, Helicon Focus, at modelersguild.com/HF. And thank you for watching this video. Due to some kindly shared feedback, we now have a supply list of glues and tools, stuff that I use on my models. If you've got some good advice, share it kindly. Nobody likes to have an opinion shared in a critical way in a public forum. Critical feedback should be shared privately and is welcome. Now that that's done, we've got a short episode here today, but I want to talk about something. I'm going to leave the project up to the side while we ponder this project a little bit more, because I think it's super important for people to recognize the fact that, you know, it doesn't matter how good the picture is in your mind's eye. When you're working on a project, there is a point when you should put it aside. Go work on something else, because in your subconscious, back there where, you know, you don't communicate with that part of your brain, but it still does stuff, you have no idea what it does, you got to give that part of your brain time to soak things in. And before we put the layout to the side and give it a week or two so I can let things soak in, I want to do some fencing. However, before, like, I thought I was recording the part where I was, you know, gonna cut in the nice driveway, and I didn't record it. I make mistakes, I'm sorry. So we cut the driveway foam out so that it could be on the other side. I had originally planned to share a driveway with the shipyard next door. And that kind of seemed a little bit janky after a while, because, you know, they need their own driveway. They bought their property, and is a military depot or an official government depot, is it going to share a driveway with some, you know, drunk shipbuilder? I doubt it. I don't know. Maybe at one time, but not on this layout. So on this layout, we're going to put a great big chain link fence around it. Now, I don't do a big tutorial on how to make chain link fences because, You know, one thing is it's scratch building with wire, and how hard could that be? You figure that out. And the other reason is that guy Luke Towan has done a fancy little video and tells you everything you need to know. Why would you need to have me tell you? I'm here to tell you about the vision. I'm here to tell you about the mind's eye, the creative process, the art. But he makes a great video. Go check it out. The rest of the world already has, so you might as well too. Now, my fencing was made out of, what was it? Maybe 14 or 16 gauge wire. House wire. Copper house wire. I don't know. I can't remember how big it was, but it seems suitable. It might be a little big, but you know, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. There are a lot of things that are out of scale in modeling. Things you look at every day and accept as great modeling is way out of scale. Like even the greats have out of scale stuff, and it's you know, it's good enough in some cases. So I have this size of wire, and I'm not going to go out and get something else because number one, that would mean that I'm purchasing wire, and number two, it's fitting. Like when I brought the old lady in to look at my sample fencing, she said, "Wow, that looks real," and I was sold. So this is what we got. And the point is, in the end, you have to have a certain amount of confidence in your modeling. And if you wake up in the morning with your coffee and you look at it and you say to yourself, "Nope, that's too big," you have to be able to take it off the layout and rip it apart, throw it away, start over again. That's the point. That's what it's all about. And if you're going to be a fine scale modeler, you got to be, it's not about being the best modeler. It is about being a modeler who can handle adversity. Like, I'm not talking about the best modeler for real, but if you're the best in your mind, if you're fighting against your ego, then you might be failing to take certain steps in your modeling that are required to increase the quality. Now, I know I said that I wasn't going to show you any of the modeling or how I built the fence. I did differ my approach than Mr. Towan, and I didn't always make the proper changes. I didn't have the tack that he was talking about for holding down all your pieces. I used tape, and that didn't work because the heat from my iron burnt the hell out of the tape. I got her done still. And also, the other thing is that, you know, when did you ever see an old fence that looked perfect? And I think that my fence has got some character. That's what I call it. Yeah, character. However, I want to point out that I got this real nifty iron through a patron supporter last year. Thank you, Jeff. And this iron is pretty fancy because on one hand it has an iron tip on it that I've unhooked. I don't use it all that often. I like to use the blower attachment that blows 500 degree air, hot air at the solder and really solders everything up. Now, because of my tape situation failing, that kind of made things so I kind of wished I had 3 arms. But, you know, we got through it. And really, with the hot air iron, it really heats all the parts up all at once. Whereas when you're using a pencil tip, it only heats up the piece that it's touching. And, you know, it really makes for a nice connection with the solder, even though I still made a mess of it. Oh, man, did I ever make a mess. Good thing I've got to paint it. You know, that's what it's all about, right? You know, you hide your mistakes with the weathering. I will be doing so. Now, having learned my lesson in the last episode, I'm going to take my fences and spray paint them outside with the airbrush. I'm just using slate gray with my homemade thinner. But before doing so, I washed off all the pieces in soapy water. It's kind of important to wash your products in soapy water if they're not made out of wood. If they're made out of wood, don't wash them with soapy water. Pro tip. Now, turning around the layout is always a treat for me because it's kind of like I forget what it looked like. And turning the layout around is fundamental to the way that I look at building these modules. I don't like the idea of modeling from one side only. And you know, maybe that kind of makes me not fit in some kind of railroad circle or something, but that doesn't matter, I guess. What I want to do is be able to look from the sea into the land and see a perfect scene, but then again, also, I want to be able to go to the other side of the layout and look out to sea and also get that kind of point of view, which is really cool. And I inspected the water to make sure that there wasn't any overspray. Now, even if there was a little bit of the gray overspray from the mistake I made a couple episodes ago, it can easily be removed with more gel medium on top of it. Because it's not really, like, unless it's really, really dark, it's only going to be a little bit of spray if there was, and it would be obscured with later coats of gel medium. However, it looks fine, so we dodged a bullet there. Now, I want to install the fencing from this side so that I can make sure that it's sitting up close to the water's edge. You want to make and then also I don't want it to get too close to the water's edge because I want to try to maybe make something interesting to keep people from getting in around there. I don't know. Maybe some pictures. Back to Google Images to try to find pictures, maybe. Now, like what I said before, I want to put this layout up to the side so I can ponder future work sessions on. And, you know, I'm not going to do the parking lot texturing and all that jazz for this section right here because I have not decided if I want to do it concrete or dirt. You know, it quite possibly could have been a great big concrete pad poured here from the government. You know, with their unlimited financing, you know, all that jazz. So all my intentions is to get the fence up so that I can put the layout to the side and I can look at it for a week or two and, you know, dream up a few of our next steps, because that's what modeling is all about. You know, you're looking back into your mind, into the things that make you feel good. you know, or you may see a picture, you might see a beautiful scene somewhere, and you're going to take some components of that scene and integrate them into your layout, you know, some memories and all that jazz. Well, hey, if you like watching this video in any way, I want you to become a subscriber. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, a subscriber. And if you press the like button, if you're that one kid, I hope you're a kid. I hope the disliker is a kid, because if you're an adult, you should be ashamed of yourself. Anyways, if you like these videos in any ways, if you've learned something, if you've been entertained, please consider becoming a patron supporter. Patreon.com/Ron Perry. Those people are awesome. I've got 11 patrons now, and I'm getting $50 a video. Can you believe that? I can't. I can't believe it. The thing is that these modeling videos are coming out fast and furious because I've got the supplies and the inspiration that comes with a couple of bucks shoved in your yap to keep on working. So if you like these videos and you want to see them continue, you want to see them get bigger and better, if you want to see me go insane in the membrane with the art of modeling, and chip in. We're gonna do a live video each month now that we've made it to $50 per video. So there's that too. If you got any ideas for the live video, please put them down below. I could sure use some help. I get all spacey sometimes and start doing my own thing, and it's nothing what everybody else wants. So if you want something specific, say it down below so that I can consider it. Otherwise, I'm stuck out here on my own. And hey, if you're not a monthly supporter kind of guy, if you just want to say thank you, if you, maybe you're a photographer and you're looking for the kind of software that's going to improve your photography so that a magazine will accept your photographs. Well, that piece of software is called Helicon Focus, and they sponsor our show. If you want to buy this software, I can get you 20% off. I'm not talking no measly 5 or 10%, 20%. And this isn't for some stupid 1-year subscription of updates. This is a lifetime of updates. You're buying this subscription, I got you the right one. That's the thing. You know, everybody out there who are doing these affiliate links and stuff like that, they get whatever those people give you. But I got in contact with Helicon Focus, and we talked together, me and the people there. And you know what? I got you the good deal. I'm not taking the good deal for myself. I got you the good deal. So come on over to modelersguild.com/HF to get your own copy of Helicon Focus and become a pro. Do it up. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank Helicon Focus for sponsoring us. And I want to give you a nice little fist pump. And say until next time. Talk to you later, guys and girls.